Welcome everyone to today's webinar. My name is Isioma Aigbovu Victor, and I can see that some persons have joined in, and I'm certain others are, joining in. For everyone who is here already, welcome. Today we are going to be having a special edition titled Unlock Your Destiny, Accredited Online US Degrees at a 90% discount. And we'll have a couple of topics that we will be discussing today. We are going to be talking about our students offering, and we're going to be talking about destiny education. After this webinar, of course, we'll get to know more about destiny and our offering. So we're going to be talking about our universities, partner universities, high demand degree programs. We're going to be describing the grants and why choose destiny education. We'll review some testimonials. Hi, Amaya, you can hear me?
I can hear you.
Me?
I can hear you. Yes, I can.
Oh, okay. Great. Welcome as well. And so we're going to be reviewing some testimonials on this webinar. And before we go further, do a little housekeeping. So for questions during the session, we're going to be having speakers talk to us about different, take different topics. And if you do have any question, you can click on the chat button. So there's a chat button on this Zoom space. You can type your question in the box. Alternatively, you can send your questions to advisors@destinyedu.com. Okay, and we are sure to, attend to those questions. Great. Today, I'm not alone on this webinar series, and I'm going to be introducing our speakers for today. I have the Destiny team is fully on ground today. We have COO, the Chief Operating Officer, Destiny Education, James Yen. He manages the IT operations of the global organization. Hi, James.
Hi, thanks. Thank you, Isioma.
Okay, good to have you here. We also have on this webinar Osarugwe Amayambo. She is the manager, general manager of Destiny Education Nigeria. Hi, Amaya. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Hello, Shema. How are you doing?
Yeah, good to have you here too. And we have a special guest here as well, the person of Reverend Ukeima Adams, BC. I'll just be reading out his bio briefly. Reverend Ukeima Adams is a highly respected figure known for, his dedication to education and empowerment. He is also actively involved in humanitarian causes. His journey spans his journey and philosophy to business management reflect his commitment to intellectual growth. So Sir Adams holds, diverse certifications in human rights, pastoral care, sports and management, showcasing his versatility. Interestingly, he's also an alumni of one of our partner universities. He's an ordained Roman Catholic priest, serves in the Diocese of Tucson, Arizona, USA, and has held various leadership positions in the educational institutions and parishes. So as the owner and the CEO of, Ngosue Charity Foundation and Ngosue Charity Group, he leads initiatives focused on education, empowerment, rehabilitation, leaving a significant impact on, vulnerable communities. So Reverend Ukeima Adams, Emmanuel Adams, PhD, is an inspiring example of how dedication to education, humanitarian work, and spiritual services can shape a meaningful and impactful life journey. So interestingly, Sir Adams, your passion for, education and getting people educated also, made you push as well for this particular episode of our webinar. And it's been interesting, collaborating with you on this. Hi, Reverend, you're here?
Hey, Soma, I'm here. Thank you for having me. Can you hear me?
Great. We are, yes, loud and clear. So we are happy to have you on board. Up next, on the agenda for today, the next slide, we're going to be talking about destiny education. So there are a lot of persons already joining us on this webinar and, quite curious, wanting to know who is Destiny, what is Destiny Education, and what do they stand for. So we are a higher education grant sourcing agency. We have our headquarters in Delaware, USA, and our African office location in Nigeria. Okay, so Destiny Education has been, since 2019. We have been able to negotiate with US universities to provide up to a 90% grant for international students to attend our partner universities. Destiny Education represents the highest accredited institutions in the US, in the United States. Every student graduating receives the same degree as an on-campus student. So our partner universities provide education for employment. We have industry relevant curriculum, which meets the demand for today's job market. Our award-winning online campus is designed to help students schedule school, around their lives. So that's basically what Destiny Education stands for. And I'll be quickly going over an important topic, that is our student offering. What do we offer? Destiny Education offers a streamlined curriculum to meet today's, job markets, with flexibility that helps students schedule school around their lives. Okay, so our programs are really flexible and our students are able to, go about their daily activities, go about their professional work and career while studying. Our programs are 100% delivered through the online campus, fully accredited USA degrees, the same degree students receive who attend on campus. We also offer globally relevant degrees, US degrees that are recognized around the world. So we actually have like a regional accreditation that allows, your degree to be fully recognized in any part of the world. We have industry recognized degrees, career focused, purpose to meet the job market. And interestingly, exclusive grants for students living outside North America and Europe, up to 90% of tuition. Our professors, faculty are from relevant industry backgrounds, leaders in their field. Our courses start once every 5 weeks on a 10-week term. Okay, we have 45-degree programs with over 120,000 alumni. Yeah. So over to the next slide. Here I'll be inviting James, the Chief Operating Officer of Destiny Education, to talk more on our partner universities. James, over to you.
Thank you, Isioma. So we currently work with 2 universities. We're bringing a couple more on over the next few months, but these universities have a wide breadth of degrees that, as Isioma said, are focused on careers, on education that leads to careers. So American Intercontinental is a for-profit university based in Atlanta, Georgia, Houston, Texas, and they have an online division. Our programs we offer primarily are through the online division. We have our grant is for people studying online, and that grant is a 90% discount for online students. So it's an amazing savings. And as Isioma said, you get the same degree. So the universities are This AIU offers career-focused education, and it's well known for its innovation in the online campus and provides interaction with professors and with your cohort, your fellow students. So you're not just sitting in front of a computer studying, you're actually in a virtual classroom, and you're going to be involved with the professor and other students on a day-to-day basis. It's as Isioma said, it's accredited by Higher Learning Commission. Accreditation is a very important factor in choosing a university. You want that degree to be recognized across different countries, different companies, and these degrees have that recognition. So when you go out for a job, an employer knows what to expect. They know what with that degree, what skills that you are expected to have. So Trident, similar, Trident University, they are based in California, Cypress, California, also private, not for-profit university, focused on business administration, healthcare, science, education, IT, and a couple other areas. They started out catering to military people, and that has led them to have to be able to provide flexible education. So they through the online program, because military people travel and are in different places, and so Trident caters to people like yourselves who are not sitting in the U.S. somewhere. That you may be online, you may be anywhere in the world, and be able to receive this education. So again, Trident is also focused on providing affordable, career relevant education, and to the purpose to get jobs. Perdocio, the corporation here at the lower part of the screen, is a parent company actually of both universities, and they actually operate, I believe, 5 or 6 universities total. They're a publicly traded company. They have been in the market for many years, so they are not going away. Okay, so we offer a grant. It's 90% of tuition, so you pay 10% of standard tuition, and standard tuition cost in the U.S. is about $22,000. The grant here in the middle is an international grant offered by AIU and Trident. This slide should say Trident too, but that grant is about $19,400. So the end cost for you as a student is $2,600 for one academic year. So that's a huge savings and a very good deal. You get the same degree as a student on campus for that $2,600 a year. We offer payment plans. The payment plan that we have is spread out over the year, so you can pay according to what it shows here. First term, $1,400, second term, $700, third term, $500. So it's accessible in a lot of ways. So let's look at the degree programs. I see a hand raised, but we're going to take questions at the end. So if you got here late or want to ask questions, we can do so at the end. Thank you. So these are the master degree programs and their specializations. Master of Science IT has 4 specializations: general management, IT, cybersecurity, data analytics, and again, Higher Learning Commission accredited. The Master of Education has 3 specializations: adult learning and e-learning. So online learning you would learn about and be able to master the tools of adult education and e-learning. Education administration for the administration side of education, and then leadership in preschool K through 12 also HLC accredited. And then lastly, the Master of Healthcare Management and Business Administration are standard degree programs, and they are also accredited by the Council for Business Schools and Programs. So they have accreditation at the program level as well as at the school level. The doctoral degrees, these programs are offered by Trident. There's 3 doctoral degrees that we offer, and then within them, there's some specializations. Doctor of Education has these 3 specializations that you see here. Also HLC accredited, and once again at the doctoral level, healthcare and business administration are accredited, both at the school level and then at the program level. So accreditation is very important. We talk a lot about it because it means that global jobs are accessible. People hiring managers and companies know what to expect when you have accredited degrees. So it's a very important factor in selecting any education, whether it's online or on ground. Briefly here, I have at the bottom here, bachelor degrees. And again, we focus on where the jobs are, and these are in business administration, healthcare management, information technology, and criminal justice and accounting. So again, we'll take questions at the end here. So if you have them, write them down or remember them. So these are high demand degree programs. Amaya, were you taking this slide? I can't remember.
Yes, I'm taking the slides.
Okay, great. And so I'm going to hand off to Amaya. She'll take you through the next few. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you everyone for joining the session. So as regards the program, just like James rightly mentioned, we typically deal with programs that are career-based and career-focused. For the master's programs, we do have an MBA. So most people tend to think that MBA is just for people that are in business, but typically any professional that wants to understand a bit more about business administration and leadership, and an MBA program is a very good fit for that. Also, we do have MSIT programs, of which prior James had highlighted the specializations that we do have on the MSIT program, as well as the healthcare programs. So in total, we do have 45 degree programs and specializations. So the pictures that you see here are pictures of members of faculty from different, for the different programs. There's someone from the business program, from criminal justice program, the IT faculty, and even someone within the academic space as well. So next slide, please. So yes, I know that a couple of persons might be wondering how the program is in terms of flexibility, especially people that work. So our master's program is for a duration of 11 months, and typically it comprises of 4 semesters. The entire master's program has just 4 semesters, of which each semester is for a time frame of 10 weeks. So typically, if you are on the instrumental payment plan, you would have to pay 2/6 an academic session and an extra 1/4 for the 4th semester. Then the bachelor's program is for 34 calendar months, and in terms of academic year, it will be 4 years. Ideally, because of the grant, each person taking advantage of our offer gets to pay just $2,600 per academic session. So if you're doing a bachelor's program, that amounts 2/6 times 4 academic session, summing up to $10,400. Then also for the doctoral program. So the doctoral program, it typically ranges between 36 months to 48 months. So why we say 36 to 48, depending on how fast you're able to do the program. Ideally, in some cases, let's say for instance, your master's program was like an MBA, in most cases, you might get a couple of courses waived for you. Ideally, the doctoral program typically do 13 courses, but if you have a background in, let's say, business and you're doing a DBA, you might get some courses waived. If you're doing a DBA in education, no, you're doing an EDD, Doctorate of Education program, and your background, let's say you have a master's in some specialization in education, you might also get a couple of courses waived. So that's why I said it usually ranges between 36 months to 48, depending on how fast your pace is. Then we also have associate program. So associate program is more like a diploma program. For that, the duration is just for 17 months. And still, the payment plan is still $2,600 or $2,600 per academic session. And so typically for the associate program, it's for 2 academic sessions. So you still have the opportunity to be able to make your payment in installments. You don't necessarily need to pay your the entire tuition fee upfront. Next slide. Yes. So these are like the common reasons why you want to work with Destiny Education, because you get access to affordable tuition. Ideally, if you're someone that is conversant with getting an American education, you know that American education is world-class education, and typically the price range is higher. So with coming in through the Destiny Education grant, you're able to pay lesser. And also, when James was, talking through his slide, he talked about a lot of the accreditations. So there's HSC accreditation, there's higher learning, that's the Higher Learning Commission. There's also the, if you're doing a business program, we have the ACBSP accreditation, which is the accreditation for business councils and program. Then our MSIT also has programmatic accreditation, as well as regional accreditation. So regional accreditation speaks to the fact that the acceptability of the degree is wider. Then also studying at your own pace, it's a bit flexible. It's really flexible. For the master's program, when you come into the program, you typically do 2 to 3 courses per semester. For the doctoral program, you typically do a course per semester. So it's highly flexible. Then in terms of industry relevance of the learning, the instructors, lecturers, and professors that teaches this program, they are industry experts. For most of them, they've been in the industry for like a decade or 2, or even for some, even 3 decades. So the curriculum is industry current and industry relevant. And another beautiful thing about working with us is that you get to have some sort of personalized graduation team support. So when you come in on the program, you're not just left all by yourself. You definitely have someone to handhold you through the process, from your processing of your admission down to when you start out the program. Even whilst you're still doing the program within the university, you have access to your advisors, whether your academic advisors, your financial advisors. You also have access to your graduation team support, so you're never alone when you're on the program. So yes, so you can see up on our screen here, these are like a couple of testimonials, and these are a couple of persons. There's James Itu there from Ghana that has done the program with us. He did an IT program, and there's also Uduak. She did an MBA program, and there's Imburunke. Imburunke did a Master's in Education program. Then Nsika Mbok did MBA, I think, chain supply and logistics. So these are a couple of persons that over the years has also taken advantage of this offer. Africans that have taken advantage of this offer to step their careers to the next level. And I believe it's something that anyone on this call you could possibly do for yourself as well.
Right. Thank you, Amaya.
Okay, so do we want to show this testimonial video? It's a bit long, I think about 7 minutes. Or should we...
Sure, I think we can.
Okay, I'll go ahead and well, I think I'm having problems playing it, so let's see what happens.
My name's Kikelamo Mami Awolowo. a wife, a mom of two, a sales professional of over 18 years. I focus mainly on SMEs. Currently, the work I do, I finance SME businesses and individuals, giving them digital loans to support their business and their careers. After my first degree, of course, I always thought that, I would embark on a master's degree and an MBA preferably, and to help my career progression. And while thinking about that, I was looking for the right school, and yes, I finally found one, and I was able to do my MBA. After my first degree, I told myself I was going to study abroad, but putting together the money for that seemed a Herculean task. And over the years, I nursed that dream. So one day, my husband comes in to say, "Oh, I found something that you would love." And he tells me about Destiny Edu, he tells me about AIU, and that's how the journey began. Again, I opted for an online master's degree because I work full time and I wasn't ready to, resign from my job and go do a master's abroad. So yes, so it was just what I needed at that time in my life. Oh wow! So for me, all the skills I got were have been very useful to me, particularly the leadership skills I got. There were courses mainly on leadership. I focused on management because I had plans of progressing in my career, changing my job, and doing bigger things. At the end of my AIU degree, I went from being a team lead. I went to become the head of sales in my new organization. And from there, I became the chief commercial officer in my organization. So AIU has transformed my career, pushed me forward ahead, and I believe I'll keep going ahead and forward from now on. So my career goals, I really enjoyed the lectures on leadership, the different types of leadership, and how to lead and manage people. And that has been my desire to grow in that and keep growing in that. I went from being the team lead to being the head of sales, and now I'm chief commercial officer where I'm at. So what's next for me? Be the CEO and then keep going from there. So after my MBA, my husband and I have been having discussions about me doing a PhD. We looked at AIU and we saw that AIU is doing a DBA. We're still in discussion and talks with, my going in to do a DBA and furthering my education with AIU. Okay, so I just want to say in answering that question that I'm deeply, deeply grateful to Destiny Edu for taking this up. It was a dream come true for me. I dreamt of schooling abroad. I dreamt of schooling online without having to resign my job. And Destiny Edu made that happen with the 90% scholarship or grant that was given to me. And I'm so, so grateful I was able to use that, and it changed my life, changed my family, changed my career. So it's a big deal. Yes, it's a big deal for me. Oh wow, AIU. It was a lot of work, a whole lot of work. The courses, the time difference. But I must say that, first of all, the Destiny Edu rep, and shout out to Amaya. I just want to say thank you to her. Settled me in, was with me step by step all the way. Emails, phone calls, step by step. And then the representatives from AIU, very supportive, the support unit, finance, career counselors, education counselors, they were there all the way. So you're not left alone. That made the experience worthwhile. And I didn't get discouraged. There are days you get frustrated and tired because I was working, I had to read at night, I had to meet up deadlines and submit projects. But because of the support I had, it made it, easier for me to succeed. Right now, I would advise anyone that wants to study online to look at, consider AIU. The curriculum is very detailed, very rich, and will enhance whatever career goals and aspirations anyone has. Again, I would also say that the payment plan where you're getting a grant off, in the current economy will really help anyone that's considering to take up that chance and get their MBA and achieve their dreams. So yes, it's a good one to do. Cuts across a lot of people. You have young university leavers. You have entry-level staff in corporate organizations, to middle level, to top management. So there's a variety of people that can go in and do the AIU masters. Again, in my class, I had people that were retired, people that had gone into the military. So it cuts across a variety of careers and life journeys. And so anyone can fit in to take the AIU masters.
All right, thank you. That was a great testimonial from Kike Lomo, an alumni of American Intercontinental University. Up next, we'll be having Reverend Adams Ukeima, speak with us on this webinar. Reverend Adams, are you still there? Hi, Reverend Adams. Can you hear me? Are you still here? Okay, so I guess
I'm sorry, I had to adjust his setting. He should be able to talk now. Reverend
Okay.
Adams, thank you. Sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for organizing this webinar and honoring our invite. Just to also join the group or the host of people who have given their testimonies as a beneficiary of Destiny Edu. I just want to also join the host and give my testimony as well. It is very good. I came across this program and then they were gracious and helpful to me. I did this program in 1 year and I got my MBA in project management. I would have furthered with them with Trident University, but because they don't do a traditional PhD, I decided to go with a different university. So they have a good program, a nice program that helps students, working class people to also be able to further their education and gain more knowledge, and not just knowledge, but also get the opportunity to get promotions in their career jobs and not to depend so much, to also use their initiative to also participate and do other things. So I think it's a very good one, particularly the career area. And joining this, having this opportunity, I feel like those of us, those who can journey together with this, I hope they will be able to join. So the journey just lasted for 1 year for me, and it was very smooth. And with my idea and my background in philosophy, theology, and coming into management, yeah, it gave me a lot of understanding, not just personal understanding, but managing the church and the things here. And the church in America is like you are running a business sometimes, because it has nothing to do with money, but you have to know how to manage the people, know how to manage the institution, know what they are saying and the laws and everything. So it gave me, it opened my mind up to that management skills and how to manage people and the resources. So I think it's very good. I encourage those who want to join to please participate and sign up. You will not regret it. Another good thing is you don't have to be on campus to enable you acquire this degree. Wherever you are in this part of the world or in the part of the world, you can also get this degree. Lecture professors there are so friendly. Admission advisors, I started with Isoma, and then she was so good to me, and then Clara was also very nice to me. You send them a message, they give you a response in the next 5 minutes, sometimes less than that. So they are very good. The professors are good. The how can I call it? The programs, the projects students are committed to doing are also very good. So the reason why I wanted to partner with this Destiny Edu is because the experience I had with them was very, very good and encouraging. As Isioma rightly mentioned at the beginning, I also have this group that we hope to help people, but at our own level right now, we have not stepped up in helping people in universities outside of Nigeria. We are still helping people. We have students who are going to universities in Nigeria. They are doing their undergrad programs. We have people who are in high schools. We have people who are in elementary schools. So I thought it wise that, okay, let me partner with this group to help us open these people, some of the people I have, open their minds in also helping them to see how they're going to do this. If there are courses they like and they would like to pick up and go from there, let's see how we're going to empower them in a way, support them in a way. If they are having 90% from Destiny Edu, how can we help them with the remaining 10% in order to complement their studies and gain the knowledge that they want? And then I will conclude with a question. I think they have a lot of questions, but I think I will conclude with this question. I know that people have a lot of questions in mind ask, but ours is only an aspect of partnership, how to complement the 10% of the scholarship that Destiny Edu is given. The question now is this: I enjoy this program as one who is inside the United States. I have no hinges with network, just that once the first time I started it, I had a problem with my laptop. I was coming down from Dallas. When I reached Tucson Airport, my my computer fell on the ground and everything just malfunctioned. It delayed me for that course, finance. How do you call it? International finance or what? So I delayed that course for I could not submit my assignment and I have to delay. So for those who are outside and they want to go, will this group have the opportunity to give them the opportunity to visit the campus if they gain the scholarship? Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Adams. Great job you are doing with Ngosue Foundation, and it's good to know that there's a foundation that is willing to, support students even outside of the 90% grant that Destiny offers. It's a great thing to know that your foundation is willing to, go step further, take a step forward to further support students with, their tuition. That's a good one. And for the question you asked, when students get the grant, the 90% grant to study at any of our partner universities, are they able to, visit the campus, the on-ground campuses in the US? So at Destiny Education, the good part is um, you get to study 100% online. The students study 100% online, but they have the opportunity to, come into the campus for their, graduation ceremony. So usually for a student who already has or who can access a what's it called, a tourist or a visitor visa to the United States, they are able to attend, their graduation ceremony. The universities would always, send out an RSVP, an invitation, for that. So I am hoping this answers your question.
Yes.
Great. Okay. So before we go ahead to the next slide, I would like to remind us, if we do have any questions, just like Reverend Adams had rightly said, I know there are people on this webinar who have questions to ask. Just take advantage of the chat section this webinar. Just type in your questions to the chat space there, and would attend to the questions. So if you do have any questions, just type it there, and we'll be able to attend to those questions. Okay, so for next steps, you'll be wondering, if I want to go for a program with Destiny Education, where do I start from? How do I begin my program? Who do I speak with? Now, our admission processes are seamless. For a student who is interested in going for any of our degree programs, the first step will be to connect with an admissions advisor. Seeing Kikelomo's testimonial and hearing from Reverend Adams Ukeyima, they had mentioned one key thing. They talked about their admission advisors and student advisors as well, and how they were with them every step of the way during their program. So this is one major function of an admissions advisor, helping you get a seamless transition into our partner universities. You can also visit our website, destinyedu.com. The website address is it's on this slide, and the link would also be posted in the comment section as well. You can plan your payment schedule for program costs. We have a payment plan for every of our degree offer, and you submit the proof of high school graduation and college transcript. So it depends on the program that you are going for. If you're going for a master's degree program, you would have to submit a proof of your academic transcript to the university. And the good part is the university gives considerable amount of time for you to get that turned in. You would have that arriving at the university on or before your second quarter. Show your English proficiency. So if it's required from your home country, you would have to show, especially for a country that education is not in English. You'd have to show English proficiency, the proof of it, but it's not required from countries where your prior learning is or was taken in English. So English speaking countries, it's not required. The next step will be to get to know the virtual campus. AIU has a unique virtual campus that it's easy to navigate. So once a student has gotten admitted into the university, you would have easy access to the virtual campus. You can participate in the orientation classroom, and get ready to start your classes online. It's that simple to be onboarded. So we'll be taking questions at this point, and I'll just go ahead to read out some of we have a couple of questions. So I'll just go with one of them. It says here that I have a full-time job. How can I balance work schedules with ongoing online learning? Amaya, could you help us with this? This person is saying he has a full-time job and wants to know how he or she can balance work schedules with ongoing online learning.
Fantastic. That's a very valid question, especially working class professional like a person. So like I mentioned earlier on, it's the institution. AIU knows that anybody coming on to do an online program at this stage or phase of their life are ready sort of busy, whether we work or business or family or other engagements. And so because that was also put into perspective, you typically get to do 2 or 3 programs per semester. So typically, if you're doing like a master's program, you are doing 2 courses for the first 10 weeks. The second 10 weeks, you might do 3 courses. If you're doing a doctoral program, you are only doing 1 course the entire 12 weeks, right? And most persons that are used to the African style of learning or education, typically within the African setting, you tend to attend classes for, let's say, 12 weeks, then the 13th week, you start preparing for exams. But within the program, it's relatively different. There is no such thing as, attending classes and then waiting for a specific time to do exam. Instead, you are sort of assessed on the go, right? You just sort of assessed on the go. And so what that looks like is at the end of every module, you do some sort of exercises that are within the context of what you learned. So what we like to tell our students is, this is an investment that you'll be doing into your future, putting it into your future. So typically you're required to have at least 14 to 21 hours weekly. So that would mean that you need to invest either 2 hours or 3 hours daily. So how will that fit into your schedule? If you know that you're someone that is relatively, you have a busy day, you could possibly choose to wake up much more earlier than you would ordinarily wake up if you're doing the program, and then put in that 2 hours before you start out your day. But if you also know that, okay, that might not necessarily work out for you, you can then try to incorporate that 2 hours towards before the ending of your day. So that's how it is. It's not so Herculean as you would want to think about it, but it's just a function of commitment and consistency. So if you're able to dedicate 2 to 3 hours daily to invest into your future, you're good to go. So I believe that would help with that question.
Great. Thank you.
Can I add something, Isioma?
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, please.
Okay, as a beneficiary and one who went through the process, one thing we have to be certain is planning your life. If you plan your life, if you plan your program, you're not going to have any problem with this program. It is as smooth as anything because you just need to plan your life. What is on your to-do list? When do you go to work? What do you do on this day? So if you are going in for this program, you need to make adjustment on your schedule. So what do you have? When will you bring it in? At what time will you be free for this program? Like I had a discussion with one of our professors when I was doing this program. He came to me, Dr. Paul Sam. He said to me, "Oh, how do you?" Because I was always like on the any project, I will always do it first, and it's all about planning your time. You have a full-time job that does not take you away from the program if you want to do it. So when do you close from work? 4 p.m., 5 p.m. So you can dedicate your 6, 7, 8 p.m. to do it. Or you can even dedicate your night time. When you wake up, you come back, you do everything, and you rest. You wake up, you do your program. 2 hours is enough for this program, and it gives you everything. But the bottom line of everything is your timetable and what is on your to-do list. Thank you.
Oh, great. Thank you so much, Sir Adams, for that insightful answer. We also have a question from from Adzaiba Ada. So this question says that you are offering a 90% scholarship. What is the value of the remaining 10%? Okay, so James talks about the grant description. So I will just, allow James to, handle this question.
Sure. I'm not exactly sure I understand the question. The value of the 10%, what does that mean?
So I think it means what's the cost of the 10% that they have to cover?
Right. So it's the $2,600 for 1 year. That's the cost to the student. And again, for a master's degree, which is one of our primary degree types, that degree takes 4 terms, so that's 1 year plus another single term. So that's $2,600 plus the $1,400 for the first payment, and a total of $4,000 for a master degree from a U.S. accredited institution. So that's a great deal, and we think that it's a good value. So I hope that answers your question. I see the question now. So yeah, it's for a master degree, you're going to pay $4,000. For a bachelor, I think it's about $10,000, and a doctoral degree is about $7,500. And that's, again, if you were in the US, you'd be paying 10 times that. So it'd be $75,000 for a US student to get that same degree.
Great. Yeah, thank you, James. And the good part with the payment is that we do have an installment plan for every program that allows, students to pay in installments, so you don't get to, be burdened with the bulk sum all at once. So you have the option of, choosing to go with the payment plan as well. So this allows you enjoy a flexible payment schedule. Okay, so we have another question that says, what are the most, important skills I should focus on developing during, my graduate program? So before Amaya answers this question, there's something I would always, say to my students. There are soft skills that places one in a visible, global, visible spot in the job market. Students who take advantage of networking. For our programs, we have a large pool of alumni that our students can, take advantage to network with. We also have there is the open source tool, the LinkedIn. So students who take advantage of, this tool, it helps them, position themselves for the global job market. So when you're doing a program, you can, brand your LinkedIn, talk about the fact that you are studying, and talk about the projects, the things that you are doing on campus, on your virtual campus, and for things that you learn, for courses, for new things that you have learned, you can apply them to your current businesses, and also talk about those things. That helps you visible to recruiters, and also attracts more persons to your LinkedIn. Amaya, I would also hand this question over to you to attempt.
Okay, so just take the question again, please.
Okay, so the most important skills to focus on while on a graduate program.
Fantastic. So I'll speak to this from 2 aspects. First of the academic aspect and the non-academic aspect. So whilst you're on the graduate program, the most I feel like it's like the most essential skill you should focus on is whether you're doing a business program or an academic program per se, it's research, right? You want to be able to be better at research, be able to get to explore new findings, especially in the area that you're learning. in and be able to have your own, come up with your own conclusions and things like that. So learn how to be a better researcher whilst you're on the program. And the beautiful thing about our program is within the program, you have the opportunity to be able to be paired up with a couple of your classmates. So you're going to be learning collaboration and teamwork. You know, part of the thing, we are definitely in an era where you might not be able to do so much all by yourself. So if you want to accomplish much, you have to be able to learn how to, you know, work with people and, you know, manage yourself, manage people. So that's another skill that will come in very handy for you as well. Then outside of just the academic thing, soft skills, skills like emotional intelligence, that's something that would be very useful to you. You want to be able to know how to self-regulate because regardless of the kind of work that you will do within the program or outside the program, you'll still need to interface with people. And people management, people skills will take you really far. You know, a skill is great, but like I said, you want to be able to know how to, you know, engage with people. So emotional intelligence would be really great. Problem solving and analytical skills as well. So problem solving, because whether you are doing a business program, you're doing an IT program, as you evolve in your career, there'll be times where a couple of challenges will come up. You need to be able to be open-minded enough to approach it from different aspects and, you know, angles. So having to learn how to be a better problem solver, having to learn how to, you know, think critically and analytically, that would also come in handy for you. So if I am to itemize them for you, I would say collaborative skills, people skills, you know, self-management and, you know, self-regulation, emotional intelligence, all those are together, and critical thinking and analytical thinking. And basically within the program, researching, that would really come in handy for you. So I hope that helps.
Good answer, great. We have a question. I think this should be the last question we have here from Unguto. It says that my name is Unguto Fasema. Can one who has his bachelor or master's degree in arts, especially linguistics, switch over for a PhD program? And what kind of program can he likely go for?
Okay, so your bachelor's and your master's are in the arts, specifically linguistics.
Yes, that's from the question. I think that's what the person is saying.
Okay, and what kind of PhD would they be able to do with it?
Yeah, exactly. And what kind of program can he likely go for?
So in terms of program that you go for, we can typically make suggestions for you, but I think ultimately the choice should be yours. And the suggestions that we can make, it's based off of a couple of questions that we most likely would ask you. First off, what are like the outcomes you want to achieve? For every person doing a program, they have a certain set of outcomes or goals that they have in mind. So what exactly is that? So for you to have done your bachelor's, your first and second degree in linguistic, so that means you are already on the path. But that doesn't mean that you might not be able to do something else. But typically with what you have, except you want to do another master's, but what you have, you're definitely going to do things around the arts, maybe something around liberal arts and things like that. But ultimately, it depends on the outcome that you're trying to accomplish. And that will then necessitate what we can say to you. So, okay, based on this desire that you have, these are the programs that would most likely be suitable to help you achieve that outcome. But right out of the bat, we can't just tell you, oh, do this or don't do this. No, I don't think that would be useful to you. But having to get to know you a bit better, your goals, your desires, your ambitions and things like that, we can then skillfully guide you to say, okay, these are the options that you have and these are the options that you can explore. or based off of what you said, we think this is the best. So if you need that sort of career counseling and guidance, please do send an email to advisors@destinyedu.com, and we'll be able to pick it up from there. Because giving a generic answer right now might not be most suitable for you. I hope this helps.
Thank you, Amaya. And so next slide, please. So I think we've been able to answer the questions so far, and we would be wrapping up now. And before we go, we'll see a video from Destiny Education CEO, Dr. Gary Whetstone, and remember to email us at advisors@destinyedu.com. You have any questions, there's something you're not clear with, you can always just email us at advisors@destinyedu.com. The link would be in the comment section. You can just grab the link from there. So we'll be wrapping up now with a video from our CEO, Dr. Gary Whetstone, and that would be, goodbye from us today. Next slide, please, James.
You obtain a bachelor's in education. We provide individuals with a life-changing opportunity to obtain a bachelor's, master's, up to a doctoral degree from an American accredited university with a cost of just 10% of the entire tuition. We want to enable you to achieve your career goals and land you on your dream job. Every one of us at Destiny Education want you to be confident and get a world-class education that'll set you up for success. Don't let the high cost of tuition hold you back from pursuing your dreams. Apply through Destiny Education today and let us unlock the fullness of your potential. This is your opportunity to change your life and the lives that you love. At Destiny.
All right, thank you so much, everyone, for joining in this webinar today. Thank you so much for taking our time to be with us on this series of our webinars.